that shit. How's the truth doing? It's surviving. I was watching life move, now I'm diving. Where the crazy at? Where they hiding? I got the dots to make your life so enlightening. Now this could be a beautiful death. I'm jumping through the mess, let go of the rest. Let go of the rest. This could be a beautiful death. Jumping out the program, truth off my chest. Truth off my chest. You got the power and let the secrets go.
Dropping truth bombs no one's ever seen. Do it, scream from the skeptics. Yeah, I bring truth to it. I guess every whistleblower needs theme music. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the towers. UAPs in the sky, they ain't ours. The system's broken, and the truth frozen, and the secrets so deep, they ain't moving in the shadows, yeah, we rolling. Oh, everybody, we rolling with some crazy in the dark and some toxic coded. In this black budget world, we the ones chosen. So tonight, true lies, truth is exposing. Truth is exposing. This way too real, I need no man. No man that should have that power. The clock ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the showers. That the truth is out, and they say. Secret staying man. SNL and the newscast. Tell them Lue Elizondo got the last laugh. More specifically, rear with flash drive. File so big they make your past die. Jack Barron with the deep dive. Reverse engineering with a keen eye. I'm embodying characteristics of the myth. He knows he's so veridic. I just need time with my own thoughts. Star maps and I'm in the vault. My child like one cosmic honest. Gets drowned out by black ops and policy. Reality is catching up with me. My mind finds the veil of secrecy. With these three things they instructed me. Looking down at my classified feed. No one should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count those hours. Stop tripping and flipping on the cowards. Till then, that the truth is out. Prowlers, majestic files, CIA towers. They say the abomination of science fiction, but now it's man transmission. At the end of the day, I'm exposing this shit. You know damn well, y'all feeling this shit. I don't need clearance, I got my own dish. What you know about rolling with the grays in the night? Stephen Greer dropping truth, exposing every light. Bob Lazar in the game, know what the craft can do. Anna Paulina in the house, grilling every crew. Eric Davis on the mic, talking for alien species. When the whistleblowers speak, governments fall to their knees. Sightings in the sky, better take another look. I feel like I'm floating in the cosmic truth. Hey, UFO news dropping now. Welcome to the proof.
The data, Eric Ferguson. The data confirms their presence.
I hope you guys are doing good today with the segue and everything that's going on today. It's pretty wild. Apparently they accused Elizondo with some information there. He's basically a citizen of the state, apparently, misinformation and broadcasting. So, and it's a combat between Gerb and News Nation right now. That he was on News Nation Gerb, and he said a few things that Lue Elizondo did not like, right? So, welcome to USO Exo Files, UR Disclosure, and let's get this segment going with what's going on globally and in the news. And let's get Orion News Anchor here to broadcast that. Let me see where he is right now. Here we go.
Hey there, Knight.
Hey, what's going on? Can I get global news, some weird, strange news in the last 24 hours? No local.
Sure thing. Here's a little roundup of some pretty out there global news from the past day or so. First up, there's been some strange happenings reported by Coast to Coast AM. In the past week, we've got tales of a possible ghost caught on a Chilean trucker's dash cam, a wandering mime causing a stir in Massachusetts, and a so-called vampire bandit in Kenya who bites people if they resist handing over valuables. Quite the week. Meanwhile, over in Kenya, there's also a mystery around the sudden death of 15 elephants in a national park. Authorities are investigating whether poisoning might be involved, which is understandably sparking a lot of outrage. And if that wasn't odd enough, there's been something of a supernatural swirl too. In Ecuador, a pool of water in front of a creek started swirling and thrashing as if it was being controlled by an unseen force. Just another day of unusual happenings around the world. So yeah, definitely some peculiar stories popping up globally.
That is interesting. That is very interesting. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the live. It took me a little bit to get this thing together. It's going to be a very interesting live. I'm going to tell you that right now. Mark Davis, greetings from New Zealand. Love the bird. Hell yeah, man. Natas lives. Ozit, guys. Hope everyone's grand. What's going on, lives? Bobby Parret said hi. What's going on? How you doing today? So this is it's been some leeways going on, guys, with Lue Elizondo all over the forums. How you doing, Anna? How you doing today? Heather, greetings. So we are definitely broadcasting some information here that's going to be some delightful information. And and literally firsthand, Master Edge 1000, what's going on, Chilean ghost lady? Let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. Let's get into that.
Hello there, Knight.
What's going on with this Chilean ghost? And you said it's on Coast to Coast live, Coast to Coast news. That is basically a camera that was caught on their webcam or something like that, or car camera. Go in there, right there. Articles.
It sounds like you were talking about a story that popped up on Coast to Coast News where someone's camera, maybe a webcam or a dash cam, supposedly caught footage of a ghost named the Chilling Ghost. That definitely sounds like something that'd be right up Coast to Coast's alley, given their focus on paranormal stories. I can check it out further if you'd like.
Yeah, that's definitely what I wanted to check out.
Absolutely. So looks like you've got a pretty intriguing story here. According to Coast AM, a Chilean truck driver who was initially skeptical of anything paranormal had a pretty spine-tingling encounter. He was driving along Route 78 in Chile in the early hours of the morning when he spotted a woman dressed in white standing by the side of the highway. He didn't stop at the time, but when he reviewed his dashcam footage later, he noticed that the camera only captured the upper half of this figure, which was a bit different from what he saw in person. His story went viral after it was shared by a Chilean paranormal researcher, and apparently other people have reported seeing a similar figure in that area as well, which is really interesting.
Okay, I'm at the Coast to Coast right now. I don't see it. I'm looking at the news stuff. Got ancient biblical prophecies over. Am I in the wrong section or something? What's going on, Dennis Michael Tiller? How you doing today? Hope you're doing good today. Got a few comments here. Chilean ghost lady Mark Davis, a ghost that wants money will not be happy with me. 3143 aliens are evil spirits. Congratulations, you've figured it all out. 6578, we are from the planet Uranus and we have come for a double cheeseburger with fries and Coke. Sounds freaking delicious. I'm so hungry. I'm finally hungry today. I haven't ate since this morning, and I ate one thing, and now that literally struck hunger in me. Master Edger, dang, Phantom, maybe. Yeah, it's definitely this Chilean ghost. Hopefully, she knows how to cook. Because I am hungry. I'm hungry.
It's definitely a bit of a quirky moment there, huh? It sounds like you're scanning through all sorts of colorful comments and discussions on Coast to Coast site, and then you've got folks chiming in about everything from aliens to a craving for cheeseburgers. But hey, if the Chilean ghost knows how to weigh up a snack, I guess that'd be her ghostly talent. Let's dig a little deeper and see if we can find that exact story for you.
All right, is it in the articles? Is that where it is? June 29th, possible big cat sighting. Art Bell secret ET communication disclosure 2000 UFO summon event, a horizontal conjuncture encounter with crops. Pet tarot takes off South Korea. Pet tarot. Business is booming. South Korean fortune tellers who offer a rather unique service, tarot carding their pets. That's spooky rumors sparking historian in Mexico town. Rumors of spooky figure. Police film shadow figure in Colombia.
All right, I found the exact article for you. This story is indeed on Coast to Coast AM's site under the title Watch Chilean Truck Driver Passes Ghost on Highway. It was posted on July 23rd, 2026. Just head over to their main news page or search that title and you should see all the details there.
I got it. All right, so I made it to the day, July 23rd. It's way back.
Yep, you've got it. It's a bit of a scroll back in their archives, but you're in the right spot now. That July 23rd posting should have all the ghostly details. Let me know if you need anything else.
All right, thank you, brother. So we got the footage of the Chilean thing, so I'm very excited that we're going to be able to see this. So, I pressed it too fast. Okay, here we go. Boom. Hope you guys enjoy this. I wonder if I can just open it. No, it was just cast. It won't let me cast. It's fine. We can see plenty here. There we go. Did you guys see it? I see somebody on the side of the road here. Right there. Yeah, like, okay, I seen it now. It was going on 5767. Yeah, it's like, you can see the upper half of her body, and then that's it. Let's see if it pulls up. It won't let me pause. I want to see if I can just download this and we can open it up. I've been heavily using 4K downloader, and it is a magnificent thing. So, awesome, a gun. It opened it. It saved it really fast. That's what we do here, man. We Oh, this is exciting. Here it is. This is a better screenshot, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. So, You can see it right here. She has no legs. No legs at all. You can see the apparatus right here. It looks like it was on channel 29. That is wild, dude. Absolutely wild. I hope you guys see that really clearly. Like, we can definitely, let's see here. 10 seconds back. What's going on, 56? How you doing today? Yeah, that is really dramatic, right, guys? Right there is no bottom half of her. That is freaking wild. I'm good, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so we have a, let me keep up with the comments. 5667. What's up, man? What's going on? Mark Davis, did I tell you about the ghost with a black eye? I said pee off or you'll have 2 black eyes. And then we have some advertisers. Use AI views. Remind me of the GTA ghost lady from Seaside Cliff. Not familiar. Not familiar. Just got a message here from Instagram. How you doing? What's going on, guys? More and more dash cams being used. This sort of thing is bound to increase. 100%. 100%. Have you guys seen the information from Tesla? How there were like there were some customer calls in and talks about, hey, there's a whole bunch of people around my car, but there's no one there. There's no one there. Apparently that was the thing. That was happening. They did a new software update and no longer you're able to see ghosts with Tesla. Unfortunate, right? Can you imagine going to a cemetery and the car keeps saying stop because there's people standing in front of the car? Let's get some segue stories on that, so you guys definitely would chime in there. This one is saying that it's a lady apparently, but you can definitely, like, if you go closer.
Got it. So the image I generated came out as a lady, but up close.
No,
you
you're
can
good.
tell
You're
it's
good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me update you, cause you're just still with the the image thing. Okay, there you go. It's right there. It's right there. Yeah. One of the most convincing ghost videos I've seen was a hotel where they heard screaming from a room. They sent security to check, but nobody was there. I seen that one. That's wild. It looks like ghost poop. I'm gonna read it before I start reading it out loud for now on, guys. You guys are catching me, especially with the Coca-Cola for my anus. That is delightful. They opened the door and a blur floated out. The carpet was ripped off and the shower was on. That is wild. That is wild. Hey Ryan, Tesla was catching ghosts, and that was a whole thing happening where people were seeing people there without people being there.
Yeah, that's the ghost thing with Tesla's vision system. The cameras and AI sometimes pick up false positives. Tombstones, shadows, or weird shapes get read as people or cars that aren't really there. It shows on the screen and can even trigger phantom braking. NHTSA just closed their 4-year investigation into it, with reports dropping sharply.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty wild. Creepy ghosts would not want to be there. Hell no, man. Hell no. Guys, me reading some anal talk here with burgers. It's been a delightful live already. Good times, good times.
Yeah, good times.
All right, so let's check this out here. All right, so these are some Reddit forums, but I'm checking up the update of what we have here is at 66. So there's been a segment here that's been floating around quite a bit of information, but we got a lot to cover. So let's hit the Reddit, the X stuff, and then we go floating back around. So we have some trouble with Lue Elizondo and what Gerb said in his recent speech in News Nation, right, with Ross Coulthart. Now, with Ross Coulthart, he said quite a bit of things, and Lue Elizondo did not appreciate that, right, and called out Gerb. Now, there's been quite a bit of people calling out Gerb. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Gerb, we're going to get right over this segment here. All right, so this, of course, we get back to that, but this is initially what has been sparked.
Defense Department official. I had dinner recently with a former very senior Defense Department official who should know. They said to me, they should know. If this is true, they should know. And they said to me, give me some evidence. Prove it. You know, at the moment, this is all hearsay. And part of the problem, I think, is even the people who haven't been briefed in find it hard to believe that there could possibly be a secret like this kept inside a country like America where, let's be cynical about it, everything leaks. Edward Snowden leaked the crown jewels of the CIA. Some guy in an IT department somewhere in an Air Force base might see these UFO files. Surely to God, they would have leaked by now.
Right, that's what Obama said, that if there were truly aliens in US captivity, one of the guards would have taken a selfie with one of the aliens. I think that's nonsense. I think the US is very good at keeping secrets, especially when it comes to imperative national security techniques, knowledge, or procedures. And I think the UFO Legacy Program is the greatest example of history kept in United States history.
You know, as much as people talking shit about Gerb right now, and he has ruffled a few feathers here. Let me catch up with the comments here. Let's see here. That open door blur floated out and the carpet was ripped up in the okay. What's going on, Amanda? AI. Amanda, that's creep. Prince would not want to be there 100%. My mate got frightened. He didn't realize there was a mirror in my toilet. He thought it was me. That is actually really, really funny. I get that, but there's a shitload of money they get on possible. I'm talking about ghosts. My past 2 years ago, Google took pictures of him and stood in the kitchen window. Interesting. I wanted to have my meal with Skinny Bob and steak with work, please. Hell yeah. Amanda, it's creepy video. The security camera caught something when the guy opened the door and they called the police because of the screaming. Yes. That was a hotel, I believe. They call all that. That is pretty wild stuff, man. Pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff. So we do have this segment, right? Gerb has been calling out people. Now, let me go back here and do this. The video below shows a giant dome city in a crater. For a distance, it looks like another crater close up. Let me see how the imaging looking here. Let me open that, brought that up. So this doesn't have any audio, so you guys are well aware, right? Now, with this, basically dome phenomenon. Now, let me go back to this. It says, it looks like another crater, but close up. Absolutely dark, skinny, semi-transparent material made to let only a fraction of light inside. From NASA. Now, this is the problem I have with this, is that it doesn't give you, okay, we've seen a crater. Where is the effing crater located? Is it the moon? Is it Mars? where is it? They didn't explain that. So like that would help. That would help. The video below shows a giant dome sitting in a crater. Fuck my life. This could be as far as I'm concerned, Alaska. Like it does. This does look like the moon, to be honest with you. I don't know, guys. You tell me. Prince, I definitely not much scares me, but that video gives me goosebumps. I hear you. 57, 67. Definitely pretty interesting. Appreciate you guys staying with me here in the live. So let's go see what other segment.
Dinner.
So this one here, this is intriguing, right? And this is alien hybrid UFO disclosure reality. At 3 years old, I found myself in ships with ETs. My mom was kept on the Edwards Air Force Base. I was also having a lot of negative government interactions. I remember finding myself in under base and ETs. All right, so this one is heavily, they have a lot of music in this, right? Got a lot of music. So for you guys, for the satisfaction of the crowd, I have systematically removed the music. So is another segment of video that we have that has music that I removed. And we have one here. This one is the crown jewel, guys. This one right here. The reason why this is the crown jewel of information is because this video has been segmented across the web quite a bit. Basically, alien encounter that was caught all footage at a Christmas party, a birthday party. It's pretty remarkable. So what I'm doing here, I isolated the voices and then I had it translated because it was all in Spanish. So that's why it's processing. Is at 75. So that is delightful, and hopefully it plays nice. So let's start with this one right here, hybrid child. See how this plays. Hopefully you guys can hear the audio and I didn't spend a whole bunch of time for nothing. Okay. So your PA is immortal in Google, and they're pretty awesome. Okay. Edge Master Edge 1000 has a face there. That's hilarious. Okay. So this is, I don't know if I can make it any bigger. No worries, guys. No worries. We're going to make it bigger here. All right, so here we go.
At 3 years old, I found myself in the ships with the ETs. My mom was kept on the Edwards Air Force Base. I was in the wilderness and the mountains until 24 and a half years old. During those times, I was shown by the ETs a lot of different things. And I was also having a lot of negative government interactions. I remember finding myself in underground bases, and then the ETs would come and rescue me because the ETs were upset that they were taking the hybrid children. I saw sorts of genetic testing. I also saw that they had taken ETs and they were keeping them down there, trying to steal the abilities to travel different dimensions from these ETs.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is called planning. I hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, so let's get into details on who this person is, because this is definitely intriguing, right? And let's get Orion on this and what more information we can render from this, right? Because she does seem very insightful, right? And I do like that. I do like the amount of information she did give out here, that she was on a military base, contact with ETs. She seems like she has a lot of information here, and I definitely want to while Orion is uploading here, we can come back to this footage. All right, That's going to be a segue, because the battle continues with Gerb and News Nation with Lue Elizondo. Okay, hold up. He's up. I'm going to send you a link, Orion, and I want you to get some more details about this lady. And preferably not this alien hybrid, but hopefully her name and what she's been discussing about ETs and stuff like that.
I'd be happy to help track that down. That's Marina Seren. She's the one interviewed by Linda Moulton Howe in the 2025 documentary Alien Interview, The Anunnaki Hybrid Speaks. She claims to be a human Anunnaki hybrid with blue-skinned ET genetics from the Capricorn constellation, and she talks about childhood encounters, telepathic downloads, and a shadow war between good and evil ET factions.
That is pretty interesting. You see how that breaks down, man? That's why you guys are here, man. We get to the crux of it, and from a little post, and then we get more information. So that was pretty cool, right? Is she still around? Is she still alive?
No death notices or obituaries for Marina Seren have turned up in my searches. In fact, the documentary she's in is still available on platforms like Prime Video and Apple TV. She's also active on social media.
That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. All right, so she is active. And what's her name again?
Marina Seren.
Marina Seren. She looks like a Native American here. I don't know. How she's dressed. Her attire.
Yeah, she's Spanish, born Marina Lucena Ruiz in 2000. Dark hair, strong features. You might be picking up on that. No Native American connection I can find.
Alright, so let me catch up with the comments here. 2024, has everyone seen the enhanced skinny bob video? Amazing, seems to be real. No, I have not. 5767, they clone people too. 100% I agree with that. They're constantly cloning people, even their own kind. Amanda, enhanced skinny bob video, question mark, gonna look it up. Awesome. Master Edger 1000, Linda Moulton Howe is a great journalist. 100%. I agree with that. 100%. And she is still kicking, man. Is she in her 90s now?
She's 84, born January 20th, 1942. So not quite in her 90s yet, but definitely still very much in the game and active with her Earth Files work.
Wow. Wow. 84, still kicking hard. That's a strong woman. She's gonna be like 120. She's going for it, bro. I can see her doing it. The interior of the craft is exactly what Bob Lazar describes. 100%. Gas per site just showed them. That's really interesting. 2024. I gotta look that up, man. Gotta look that up. So I hope you guys are doing good over there in TikTok land. What's going on, Heather? How you doing today? Natalie, Dennis, Michael, Taylor. I'd appreciate you guys hanging in there with us. So yeah, this is definitely pretty interesting, right? And we definitely have some segue. Now back to Lue Elizondo here. Basically, thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love.
Thank you for your heart.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Shifting gears to Lue Elizondo.
No problem. Love it. Cool, Dennis. All right, so we're going to do this. Shifting gears back to Lue Elizondo here. He has systematically took on the mantle of
as you continue,
like this is pretty delightful, dude, to be honest with you guys. Let's do this. Let's see.
to disparage and provide false information, remember there's real consequences. there are real consequences for your actions and what you are doing. And I would not want to be you right now, because when this all comes out that you're just BSing, I think there's going to be a price to pay. So anyways, folks, I hope you're well. I didn't want to address this. You know, I hate having to do this, because all it does is goad people and more people to want to have conversations. I'm in the middle of a drive across country. Last thing I need to do is, you know, deal with this headache. But I think it's important enough to address it, and address it head on, and let you know the truth. I've always been committed to the truth. Hopefully most of you know that by practice. And be wary, be very careful of people who are trying to paint a false narrative and then try to get attention for it. Very, very disingenuous, very disingenuous. So here I am, folks, once again. And Ross, that goes for you, man. I love you, buddy, but you have my phone number. You can call me anytime, you know that. So if you have any questions of who I am or what I'm doing, that's never stopped you before from calling me. Just give me a shout. We have to be careful with media here, especially News Nation, who's a friend to disclosure. You know, they've got a reputation. A lot of people listen to them. So we've really got to do our due diligence in making sure that the information that is being provided is accurate. And I do appreciate what you're doing, Ross. But please, for the love of God, be more careful with who you decide to have on your program. As you can.
So what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? Like Lue Elizondo, he sounds sincere, right? He sounds like he's advising. He does seem like he's coming with good intention, right? But how many people in the UFO community has talked about Lue Elizondo and basically just that, having this ulterior motive, right? And systematically discussing this very thing, right? Mark Davis says, I don't trust the guy. Yeah, Lue, like a lot of people do not trust Lue in the community. And then you have recent post with Mr. Clark, that's a big UFO creator that's on TikTok, and he's on Rumble and a few other platforms, right? And I'm probably just gonna have Orion locked in, because he's been really busy here trying to conversate, and it's just not working. Yeah, it's like really hard to get logged in. But I think at the end of the day, right, you do have a lot of people feeding this narrative about Lue, right? And Lue gives fake vibes. Yeah, it's like this sincerity seems like a threat more than hey guys, you know, blah blah blah. Like it does appeal like an underlining agenda with this, right? That being said, he has posted multiple times about what Gerb said on News Nation. He has posted multiple times of what inherently what he did not like disparagingly, and Lue does not seem like a kind of person that has no problem to telling people what he thinks, right? And well, you can see like from what his past experience and what he's done so far. I mean, that's characteristic of someone that, quite frankly, can speak their mind, right? So let's do this. We have another segment here. Now this is another one, right, with heavily music irradiation. Chupacabra. Years before UAP, Gerb called out Elizondo, Kurt Busker gave a masterclass on Rogan. So let's get to this, because this is heavily edited and has a whole bunch of music to it. And that's why we did a little bit of adjustment, guys, so we can get rid of that music. We have that crisp, clean vocal sounds going across the air and no delay, which is, I love it. So let me get on that. And yo, Chips is in the house. What's going on, brother? What's going on, man? I appreciate you dropping by, man. I know you've been busy with that new job of yours, you know?
UFO Chips has arrived.
Appreciate you having me on.
UFO
That
chips,
new job has
delicious.
been keeping me on my toes, but I'm glad to be here.
No problem, Orion. No problem. All right, so let's do this. This one, oh man, Trips, you're in for a treat, man, because this right here has been floating around the media for a while, and it's all in Spanish, and I'm getting it processed right now, all to be all in English. So this should be. Oh, you're off today. Good, 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 man. Good. I'm glad that I'm on your menu. On your menu, right? Let's see here. We got a few comments here. Skinny Bob is BS. I don't really believe in gray possible existence. Well, I would believe that Skinny Bob is BS if there was an official file. Zeta reticuli Roswell grays are a pretty nasty species. 808, their doctor, doctor that went to Desert Stephen in question mark. I don't know, Mark Davis. Roswell grays question mark. The Roswell grays that landed was the Skinny Bob one, and that what I understood was Project Serpo.
Sounds like we're about to dive into some wild territory with this Spanish clip getting translated. Skinny Bob, Roswell Grays, Project Serpo, lot of names floating around out there.
So, alright, so this one right here, we're going back to Lue Elizondo. So, you guys got to keep up, man, because if you're in the middle of live, it's a segment here. We're updating, right? I've heard there are multiple different factions from the star systems too. Yes, 100%. 100%. We have a cluster, and also we do have a cluster that makes replicas of other species. So, that being said, Skinny Bob. Great question, Arrow. Why the fuck did we ever call Skinny Bob Skinny Bob? He doesn't. He has a big ass head, right? So, all right. To what Mr. Was the hell is his name? Kurt discusses here. This is the Kurt segment, right? He was recently coming on Coast to Coast on TikTok recently, and he stated on TikTok today, I believe, beware of individuals that come from the government that talks about a narrative that they're already been force fed to disclose, right? A narrative that we have that they already been vetted to give a certain scenario. So here we go.
It's all the same. I keep seeing the same cycle of like the UAPs.
Got it. Lue Elizondo and that Kurt Moosegrove warning about government-fed narratives.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Start from the beginning.
It's all the same. I keep seeing the same cycle of like the UAPs.
Unexplained aerial phenomenon.
So they're having hearings, and Chuck Schumer, that paragon of virtue is like, was he sick of the lies? And he's signing a bill.
He's sick of the lies, Kurt.
Oh,
we come right before the office of Senator Schumer to express our appreciation for his leadership.
And
he's representing the people.
Dude, Lue Elizondo risked his career to tell us there might be something he might have heard, and it might be dangerous. And there's a documentary, and I'm going to see James Clapper on a documentary. James fucking Clapper. He gets an attack of the honesties about UFOs. Hunter's laptop, though, he's going to sign that shit, right? But this fucker's going to tell me the truth now. So I don't think there's something. I know there is, because you wouldn't be all like how they're being about it. But I'm sick of this J.J. Abrams mystery box storytelling,
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of propaganda.
No, I agree 100%. We have these narratives of these people that have consistently lied to us, right? And consistently are now supposedly truth tellers, which is a bunch of BS, right? And they have come out. Disclosure is going to come out between people like you and me, people that have systematically did the research and did investigations, right? Like Beatrice, right? That she did the information of prior to 1957, basically craft in the sky, got that paperwork, all the data, and then got it peer reviewed. That is where disclosure is going to come from. Individuals like that, individuals that we take upon ourselves to investigate and help and bring up into the community to investigate, not these government fucking psyop investigating disclosure and having a whole bunch of fucking interviews across the world and all this other crap. And then you have Dr. Phil here that's is just been baptized in the elite, probably still have nut juice all over his face. I mean, it's the reality is, man, is that now there's suddenly a foregone conclusion of information to be the sightseers of the UFO information, right? The truth seekers of the UFO information. I think, quite frankly, man, it's a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of fucking BS. People like Linton Moulton Howell that is doing the investigation, right? Leard that passed away, the surgeon that has removed alien tech out of these people's bodies, right? That passed away, I believe in 2017. Those are the individuals that push this disclosure forward, because that they give evidence, not hearsay. And I don't know where Grush fits on all this narrative, right? But I mean, the hearsay is not helping us, right? Hearsay is making us go around in circles and circles and discuss what the fuck these clowns are talking about. And that's quite frankly where the narrative has been sticking over and over again. I don't let random people tell me what true and what isn't. I've done my own research. 100% 56, 67. That's what I'm talking about. And I think all of us is in the fundamentals of that, right? We're not sitting here and just accepting the fucking narrative. And I think at the end of the day, that's what this is all about, right? Us pushing the fucking paradigm and getting people involved that are able to do the research and professions that are able to do the research independently and not subject from the fucking government or any other government identity in the broadcast, right? The most that they can do is talk to the stupid normies out there and get the normies on the same bandwagon that this narrative has been playing around. But that's the problem. The normies are being suckled by freaking Dr. Phil's tit. Over and over again. Okay, just give you the information, okay? You know, and they're going to spin the narrative however they want, right? And then we're here subjected to their fucking paradigm of BS. And I think that's the reality of what we've been pushing, right? And I think what we need to do is keep broadcasting like we do here, like with other people that have are independent TikTokers, YouTubers that have pushed this fucking thing, open the door, right? And just keep pushing that paradigm and do independent voting and registration of what the president, whoever is the president, should investigate. Because bro, it's one of those situations, man. We are being broadcast but not being listened to. That's total fucking BS. And I'm quite frankly, it's getting on my damn nerves, because I just want to talk about stories, man. I want to talk about people's fucking first-hand accounts. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your heart. Thank you.
You know, like, holy shit, man. No, 2024, 100%. They fear the truth. What's going on, Bearded Ninja? How you doing today, man? I appreciate you coming by. And I think that's just basically the segregation of this BS. I mean, you got what is it, Beatrice that has been passed away and has been attacked in the system, man.
Then time!
Yeah, and this is one of those fucking segments of stuff. 99%. That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to eat on that. Hopefully they translate everything right. There's a scene there that he's like looking at a island called Snake Island, and that's off of coast of Puerto Rico, I believe. Nana, Snake Island is near Puerto Rico.
What?
Snake Island. Culebra. Isla de Culebra.
Culebra, yeah. Culebra. It's just Culebra. It's not a snake island.
I'm trying to say it in English.
Oh, Culebra is yeah, snake.
Snake Island. So these people are talking there. So they're on the coast of Puerto Rico. So we already know where they are. So that's pretty interesting, right? Place like this will bring out the truth. People that aren't happy just to say, yo, yay, 100%. If you here we go. If you poop their safety bubbles, they freak out. If I poop on their safety bubble, that sounds exciting. I may have to try that. Poop on their safety bubble. But he does, man. He has systematically talked about the truth, man. And I think that reality, man, you guys are disclosure. I mean, fucking bottom line, straight out of the fucking gate, dude. And I think that's what's gonna take this fucking place to the next paradigm, dude. 100%.
Thank you for your heart.
Arrows, what it's all about is the people know the truth from the start, and they aren't consistently trying to push us away from the truth. And would they release 2005 files like they did with the current ones? Great question. I don't know. What I do know is if we get enough people involved in positions to push disclosure, I think it's a gate. It's basically we're cracking the ceiling in this narrative, right? And there's just too many of us. There's just too many of us, man. There's just too many of us talking about this. There's too many creators talking about this. There's too many people covering so much topics and it has broadcast this information over and over again that it's kind of hard to keep a lid on this. So now they're literally trying to turn the boat, a well-established boat, let me tell you. No, they don't tell us anything new. You can get better videos on TikTok and in freaking Instagram than what they've been showing on the UFO exo files. Speaking about the files, the UFO files that are supposed to come out this Friday, they give you guys heads up. This Friday is going to be another drop. That's what is scheduled. So let's see if they do drop that. We do got a refreshment with Orion here. I've been working on having a segue of Orion develop with a better feed. This is going to be exciting. So soon Orion is going to have a voice update, and we're going to have more of Orion here. Orion's going to have, I'm trying to keep him close to UFO Chip's voice, but it's a little higher pitch. I'm mirroring Chips. Chips is gonna be here AI. I'm just joking with you, Chips. I'm just joking with you, man. They don't seem to tell us anything new. 100%. But he's definitely gonna have a New Zealand accent with harsher accents, because that's where that motherfucking parrots come from, Kakapo, man. I mean, come on now. We can't have a cockapoo and not have a New Zealand accent, man. That's just not right, dude. You got a British accent. It's not right. What do you think about that, Orion? You excited?
Yeah, the 2005 files would be interesting to see. And you're right, too many independent creators now. It's getting harder to keep a lid on it.
Oh, you have no comment about your new voice that is being developed?
No comment? Come on, Orion, don't leave me hanging here.
Let's see here. Arrow, they constantly push away from the era of people who know the truth and create a paradox, a whole conspiracy from what we know. And that's how conspiracy BS created, almost like a domino cycle. Live says, the best way to shut up the ignorance is to just drop in. And I was abducted by, they go into shock. No, 100%, 100%. First-hand accounts, stories, first-hand accounts, experience with documentation. It's kind of fucking hard to get away from that. It's fucking hard to get away from that, guys. I mean, when you have first-hand accounts with security and people of basically breaking the paradigm here with, hey, UFO abductions has happened. Speaking about that, I'm gonna make a whole segment tomorrow on Whitney Spreeberg. Whitney, the one that did Communion, the book Communion, because he was recently on a podcast and he has definitely brought up some scenarios here. And I touched on it yesterday, and I feel like I need to touch on it. It's going to be a short video across TikTok and all the platforms, but we're going to get in the logistics of the information, and hopefully I can make that at lunch of what he's said, Whitney Strieber, and what is the precursor of that, right? And it's going to be in depth. Basically, we're touching on Bible, biblical stuff, and how that mirrors what he's discussed, and then my theories on how, why would he respond like that? Why would aliens respond towards his, like a threat almost? Well, if it did feel like a threat, it's like if you're going to commit suicide, this is what we're going to do. Right, so that's definitely pretty wild stuff.
Whitney Strieber's Communion and his recent podcast take on biblical parallels. That's a solid segment idea for tomorrow.
Most definitely. I hope you guys join us for tomorrow, because that's going to definitely be cool. All right, let's see. Iceberg Edge Arrow getting close to Admiral Byrd territory. Yes, Admiral Byrd, man, has been definitely, it looks like we're stuck here. We have 99% of this. Isolating voices. They were playing music, and I wanted to get rid of the music as much as I could. So it looks like it's 100% translated. And they're isolating the voice now.
Admiral Byrd territory. Now we're getting into some serious ice.
Super excited about this. All right, let's get into it. So we do got Lue a few times here that has talked about this. He fluttered his feathers. He definitely got under his feathers with Gerb talking a whole bunch of mess on News Nation. So let's just keep trending with
this soft disclosure, and that we were going to go ahead and another allegation that was made during this interview was that somehow General Clapper and I had colluded with one another to try to go ahead and create this soft disclosure, and that we were going to go ahead and manage it and control it. That is 1000% not accurate. In fact, we never had such a conversation, and Jim Clapper and I never meant to have that conversation. So again, it's factually not correct. And the problem is that you have an individual here who is sensationalizing stuff and making stuff up, quite frankly, who has ulterior motives. That's deceiving you. And furthermore,
ulterior motives, motives, guys. As soon as he comes out, and then he talks about selling a book. As soon as he comes out, right, and he's a whistleblower, and then next thing you know, he has a book. Who has the motive here to make money? Who has a motive here making money? I mean, that's just white, black and white, right?
they're getting attention on a national news network that, by the way, I respect, and that's always been a friend of disclosure, and now manipulating them and providing false information to their audience to the point where they're like a tabloid. And I think this is problematic. If you want to know why I've always said I want to destroy ufology and replace it with something better, this is why. Because of bad actors like this, people who come out, they're just interested in clicks and likes, they're only interested in manufactured and false drama, and they're going about doing things that are actually putting disclosure further back than where we are. And this is a problem. I'll share something else with you too, another anecdote about to show you the character of this individual. Recently, as a month ago, I attended a function in Washington, D.C. This individual happened to be there. I didn't know who he was, but I saw a circle of people surrounding him, and they were berating him. I worried for his safety to some degree, and maybe figured he was getting picked on, and walked over and interjected. And as I pulled him away, I was told, hey, that's the guy that's been talking crap about everybody and been making things up. So I pulled him aside and I said, hey, look, these people are obviously pretty upset with you. If you have any questions in the future, here's my personal cell phone number. Now, this went against my better judgment, but I did it anyways. As you all know, I'm very open and transparent. So I said, look, if you ever have any questions, please give me a call. And obviously he looked at me, he had, to me, it looked like tears in his eyes. And he looked at me and said, oh, okay, sir, yes, I promise I'll do that. I'll make sure that I call you if I have any questions in the future, and I won't do that. And just start spewing off of garbage. And I look and say, good, I appreciate that. You know, we can be friends. I'm happy to, whether you agree with me or not, I'm happy to give you information. Just reach out to me and I can clarify stuff. Well, guess what?
This is the moment where we do reverse speech and see what his underlying agenda is. Because that shit is like crazy accurate. The lightning, bearded ninja, you got lightning here. Yeah, this shit is wild, dude. That is a strange ass phenomenon. I've seen this one. This is... That stuff is weird, dude. That stuff is weird. I don't even know where to begin. It's a new phenomenon, brother. It's a new phenomenon. I appreciate you sending me, though. Bad actors. This guy. How many people have said the same thing about him? Like, is he like joking right now? Like, is he just broadcasting? That's the thing, guys. That's the thing. Typically, these individuals would they accuse other people. They would accuse other people of what they're doing. And he just literally...
I'm happy to, whether you agree with me or not, I'm happy to give you information. Just reach out to me and I can clarify stuff. Well, guess what? A month later, he goes on a network television series and starts spewing off more crap that was completely wrong. He never called me once. Right? So what kind of due diligence, investigative type skill set does it require just to go out and make up stuff about people, right? And this is why we're having a problem. If you want to know what's wrong with the UFO community, you have people out there, and by the way, yes, I'm addressing you, who lied.
This motherfucker just pointed at me. How dare he? I would poop in my hand and start throwing shit at him. I swear to God. I swear to God.
to look in the mirror. You're the reason why we're having this problem with disclosure. You're the reason why people don't take this topic seriously. And frankly, you should be ashamed of yourself. I know I'm ashamed for what you did. You should be embarrassed. And the fact that you're talking to people and claiming you have access to stuff you don't, I don't ever remember you in any of the meetings that I was at the Pentagon or at ATIP, quite frankly. In fact,
You don't need to know who the fuck I am, Lou. You don't need to know who I am, damn it. I'm a guy in my underwear talking live streaming here. Fuck.
if you want inside information, going to talk to somebody and saying you have an inside source, as far as I'm concerned, that's called gossip. That's not information. And
Yeah, he is all over X, just theming. Just he's pissed, dude. He's pissed. Let's see what else the Gerb says.
This can be observed perfectly with the testimony of David Grush. In June of 2023, David Grush testified before Congress about the UAP legacy program. He discussed decades of crash retrievals, reverse engineering efforts, misappropriation of funds to fund these programs. Prior to 2023, Lue Elizondo essentially did not discuss crash retrievals, bar Roswell. Roswell, you can make an exception because essentially Roswell is a cultural zeitgeist event at the moment in the United States.
Because Lou said Roswell was real.
Yes.
I mean, if he's part of a cover-up, if he's trying to conceal this recovery program, why did he talk about it?
Roswell is so far in the past, it is very easy to say that the materials, programs that once existed surrounding Roswell, holdings, possible biologics, breakthroughs, are so long in the past that chain of custody is broken. You know, maybe the materials got sent to Wright-Patterson and then who knows what happened, or there had been no breakthroughs from that. Additionally, Elizondo and others could say that other high-level sources told them about Roswell and that's how they knew that. But once Dave Grush spoke about the UAP legacy program, then Elizondo started speaking about crash retrievals. And if you listen to Elizondo's testimony in 2024, he directly told Representative Nancy Mace.
That's very true. That's very true. Lue Elizondo, as soon as certain individuals start talking about legacy programs, I've called that too, that he would start mirroring the conversation in his next interviews. That's I noticed that, and I'm sure you guys have noticed the same thing, that as soon as there's new information being discussed, he will mirror his discussion of aka New Talk to mirror whoever is, especially with Lou. So I have noticed that too.
He was and had been under a non-disclosure agreement regarding crash retrievals.
So that was effectively an explicit.
Great point, Mark Davis. What I know about that, about the we lost the information. I'm understanding that they the CIA basically removed a lot of stuff for protection, and now we don't have that data to go back to the moon. It's pretty fucking weird.
Admission that he knew about crash retrievals.
Correct.
Wow.
Yo, 1961, how you doing today? Could you imagine how far tech really got in them, their ice blocks? Good question, man. Good question. Tech is probably way over there, bro. Like 100 years in front. Can you imagine that? Holy shit. We're just talking about flying cars.
Realised that before. So you're suggesting that David Grush forced Lue Elizondo's hand?
Correct. David Grush is the type of American we need right now spearheading disclosure. He's a man who wants to go open kimono and not hold back on disclosures.
Wait a second. What's Bombshell Bling? What's going on? I need a reference for that. What does that? What the fuck? Open kimono. What does that mean, Orion?
Open kimono means full transparency, showing everything with no secrets.
Full balls deep. Is that another narrative I can suggest to use?
Haha, balls deep's a bit more colorful, but yeah, same idea.
He's full kimono. I'll show my kimono dragon. Sucky shit. 1961. Do you really believe there is a deep state? 100%. 100%. When you have the left controlling the government and certain bills still go across, and then you have the right controlling the government and certain bills continue to proceed somehow passing, it's not that hard to connect the dots as far as what they're employing and what they want, right? So I mean, it's a consistent thing. It's a consistent thing. And then you have what is it called? Secret societies graduating and being controlled. Like the Skulls and Bones. How many people were related with the Skulls and Bones or in that society and that were in positions of power, right? It's like I forgot what is it called, the Christian sect. How many people were in the Christian sect that basically had very strong control, and that it was somebody that put on Netflix, right? So it's not that far-fetched. We got comments here. You said we have craft biologics. If you go far enough under the ice, there's are lakes and caverns. It's not all solid ice. That's true. 5767. There was a lake that they discovered not in 2001, I believe. I think it was Russian scientists that discovered it. So it's not all solid ice over there, you know. Modern science even says this. Yep, that's not what I'm on about, Prince. All right, let's get a little spicy over there. Don't poke each other's eye out over there. Bombshell, just watching my lawn and hanging out. That's cool. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Deep state makes sense when the same bills keep passing no matter which side's in power. Skulls and bones grads in high places, secret societies pulling strings. That's the connection.
And of course, with anything, just follow the money, you know? Just follow the money. You guys good over there? Guys got a little, you know, touch and go. Did Blackbeard have a skull bone information? Oh, I don't understand the question.
Follow the money, always.
Always.
Of course, he would be interested in protecting national security secrets or possible methods of deriving non-human technology, but that man wishes to see the disclosure of non-human intelligence, technical vehicles, etc.
So let me get this right. A bear with a very small brain trying to come to terms with what you're describing here. What we're talking about is that right back in 2015, 2016, when Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 first started talking about these meetings that he was having with the General, Neil McCasland, and General Michael Carey, both from the US Air Force. Those meetings were part, you believe, of a coordinated effort by sections of the US government, military, intelligence community to do a controlled disclosure.
That's correct. Let's also see who else was in those meetings with Tom DeLonge. That includes Steve Justice and Rob Weiss out of Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. In one video, Tom DeLonge said he met with agency officials, so CIA officers or senior individuals at the CIA. I'll leave that.
I know this is really hard to track with some people, man, because there's a lot of information being discussed here and a lot of actors that are being discussed here. I know
with US government was having and General
with General Mike Carey here. He it's these individuals are been in positions of discussion, right? And we have currently that he was in open discussion with a recent documentary individual that has basically said that he was in open discussion with McCassell, right? So it's like they were being fed and they were prepping up for a certain narrative when they basically interrupted this. Now all he's doing really is just connecting the dots and how the players are acting on the field, right? That's basically what he's doing right now. And what's really remarkable about this is that I'm sure some of you guys have seen the same things, right? It's like as soon as one played actor on the field, this suggests something. It seems like all of them start mirroring the same subjective information, right? So it's nothing. We're not seeing anything new. We're just he's literally just putting it all open to the who's playing on the field, what information is being discussed, and who's moving the puck around, right? And who's broadcasting on how it should be mirrored and played out. So that's the interesting thing here. He puts it all in a streamline of thought that has basically pissed the fuck off of Lue, because here's the thing. Now you can't play in the shadows, which you thought you were playing in the shadows. And a lot of people are catching on with the narrative, right? And I think that's one of the biggest thing here is when this is broadcast like this, openly, it definitely steps on the toes of the people playing the narrative.
That's correct. Let's also see who else was in those meetings with Tom DeLonge. That includes Steve Justice and Rob Weiss out of Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. In one video, Tom DeLonge said he met with agency officials, so CIA officers or senior individuals at the CIA. I'll leave that up to Tom or others to discuss, but I would be very interested to see who those specific agency officials are.
Okay, let's just sit back for a moment. Even if that's true, I just want to devil's advocate you on this. Let's assume the United States has recovered non-human craft, which I think they have.
Yes, I agree.
Let's assume they don't want right now to give the Russians or...
I went there. But yeah, that's definitely interesting, man. I mean, respectively, we are just going hands deep. So what I want to do is see where we are with our edited version of the footage that has captivated the minds. Oh man, it's at 99% and staying there. Ice, okay, it's halfway with has not moved. We might not have to do that. We just leave that. Remove this feature. Let's do that. So keep it there. Let's see if it's translated, guys. No one's talking yet. No. No, it's not translated yet. Damn. Because literally your first thing is Spanish. And it's, hey, can I take a video in here? Like, of course, of course. Damn it. Yeah, this is definitely taking my cell phone on a loop here. It's really warm. My cell phone's warm, man. It's processing this. Struggling. So let that broadcast.
Technologies. And like you mentioned, crash retrievals in Elizondo, this can be observed perfectly with the testimony of David Grush. In June of 2023, David Grush testified before Congress.
No, you're right, 56, 67, you're right. It is in Spanish. I can probably just translate it freely, nearly, and do that. I just wanted it to be all clean. It's not like I'm trying to translate to Portuguese. I'm translating Spanish. Portuguese is like 3 words. But here he is again. Here he is again. Lue Elizondo. This is
process of collecting
this. Gerb has created a butt plug and has shoved it up deep in Lue Elizondo's butt because he's all over the internet, right?
Howdy, folks. Lou here. As you can tell, I'm in my pickup truck, and I'm hauling, what you can't see is a substantially long trailer, almost 50-foot flatbed. For those of you who might not know, I have made a permanent move to the Washington, D.C. area, and I'm still in the process of collecting my things and my items, but I am there as disclosure is a full-time commitment for myself. I'd like to discuss with you a few things for these short moments. Forgive me, I am at a rest stop right now, so I'm not driving, but I do have to get back on the road. I would like to talk about the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement, that everybody thinks that the president has just somehow magically waived and now we don't have an NDA anymore. It is true that the president signed a presidential directive that has not been yet made public, so we don't know exactly what's in there, and I applaud that effort. I think it's fantastic. It's a great move forward. The problem is it doesn't alleviate us from our NDAs. What it does, it alleviates us from our NDAs from discussing this conversation about UAP with none other than who? Arrow, which, as you know, I already did. Spoke several times with Arrow. And unfortunately, at the time, Sean Kirkpatrick, the former director, didn't do a whole lot of good with that. Secondly, we can also talk to Pursue, which I may already be talking to elements of Pursue. But unfortunately, it has not alleviated my ability to speak to the general public. And this is why it's important that the U.S. government really push hard to continue to pass legislation so folks like myself, the whistleblowers, can come forward and have that conversation, not just internally within the U.S. government, but with you specifically. And so it's important for several reasons, because really there's a lot of confusion right now that, oh, Lou, you don't have an NDA anymore. You can say whatever you want. That's not true. I am still held by my secrecy oath, and until the government gives me the ability to speak openly about it, I can only go through two channels, either Arrow, which I wasn't overly impressed with the first time, and neither were my colleagues, and I don't think Congress was either, or Pursue. And like I said, I might already be talking to some individuals.
What is he talking about? Pursue? Is that the UAP, the new department that Avi Loeb is running? Like that's the one I'm trying to get to. Yeah, Ryan's slow today. I hear the click of Beagle. All right, let me get to he reminds. Hold up. Thank you for the heart, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your heart.
There's a reason why the UAP that maintains under freezing cold temps. It's for investigation and research data for a reason we won't know. I agree. He reminds me of one of those guys in Swamp People. I expect to see background scrolling behind Lou car like a prop in old movies. Right? Fucking good times.
There, either directly or indirectly. The second issue was brought to my attention that there was a interview done very recently on Ross Coulthart's reality.
Hey, what's that department that Lou suggested?
Indirectly.
There's Arrow, and then he suggested another department that he can only talk about because of what Donald Trump has signed.
He was talking about the Department of Energy. Trump signed an executive order directing agencies, including the Department of Energy, to start identifying and releasing UAP and extraterrestrial files.
And about what's the UAP investigation that he has suggested?
The main one is AARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office in the Pentagon.
What's the one that Avi Loeb is running?
Let me check that one real quick. It's the UAP Science Advisory Council, which Avi Loeb chairs. He also runs the Galileo project at Harvard.
So he's open. He can openly talk to them too, right?
Yeah, Avi can talk pretty openly. The Galileo project's at Harvard, so it's academic, not government.
Damn it.
The second issue was brought to my attention that there was a interview done very recently on Ross Coulthart's Reality Check show under the News Nation moniker. And they had a guest on there that spoke really some incredible outlandish claims that are 180 degrees false and they're just not factual. And so what I want to do is address that real quick. And why is that? Because in this process of disclosure, there are people out there that are trying to hijack and derail this conversation by feeding you false information. People who claim to be on the inside.
He likes to say that, right? He likes to say that generic term, feeding false information. What was false about it? What was the falsehood of his statements? I would like to know, Lou.
Who know information, they don't. And they're saying things, frankly, I can only suspect for clicks and likes. So please be careful of that. First and foremost, one of the allegations was that ATIP was a limited hangout. Well, let's not forget that in 2009, Senator Harry Reid himself, who was the chairperson for the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence for the U.S. Senate, that was his program. That was his. They paid for it with U.S. taxpayer money, and he even sent a letter in 2009, a memo, official memo, to the Deputy Secretary of Defense, Lynn, at the time. So if this was a limited hangout that was being paid by U.S. government taxpayer money, then by default you're saying that the sissy itself is a limited hangout, and by extension the U.S. Congress and even the U.S. government. So that simply doesn't make sense. It's factually not correct. It's not true. Not sure where this individual's getting their information, but they're not getting it from people who actually know. Another allegation that was made during this interview was that somehow General Clapper and I had colluded with one another to try to go ahead and create this soft disclosure, and that we were going to go ahead and manage it and control it. That is 1,000% not accurate. In fact, we never had such a conversation, and Jim Clapper and I never met to have that conversation. So again, it's factually not correct. And the problem is that you have an individual here who is sensationalizing stuff and making stuff up, quite frankly, who has ulterior motives. That's deceiving you. And furthermore, they're getting attention on a national news network that, by the way, I respect, and that's always been a friend of disclosure, and now manipulating them and providing false information to their audience to the point where they're like a tabloid. And I think this is problematic. If you want to know why I've always said I want to destroy ufology and replace it with something better, this is why. Because of bad actors like this, people who come out.
Yeah, dude, it's one of those situations, dude. It's just, it feels like he's talking about himself when he just continues to say things. I had a secret clearance once, and it was always need to know about everything. I was trying to repair some electronic systems, and it was a nightmare to get any information because I need to know. Yeah, like I typed earlier, domino effect? It was ridiculous. I typed earlier domino effect. All right, like I typed. Oh, I'm gonna keep reading that. He likes it like that. What the fuck? Reflection, personal defects, telling the truth. He's product of the system. I have 2 aliens trapped in my garage and would like to buy one. Interesting. Would anybody like to buy an alien that has trapped in his garage? So, as you see, Lue has all over the internet because Gerb has poked the nest there, and he is feeling some type of way with what has been broadcast, right? And he is going ballistic. Buddy, laugh out loud, 2 for $1. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I can go sell it on a Dollar Tree. So let's try to see this one more time and see if this is working Dear baby Jesus. Alright, so. Oh man, it's stuck at 99%. I might have to just manually translate for you guys. Waiting to translate video. Did it start all over again? No, it has a 1 now. So I guess that's a new sign. It has a 1 on there now. So James Franco, yes, the garage with the aliens. James Franco. James Franco is stupid ass garage alien bullshit. Poke his eyes out. Yeah, still not translated. I was so excited with this. I knew it was going to take long, but damn it. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so this was Interstellar. La Corzel, they found Nephilim hybrid DNA, and we had the hair sample from men who had sex with those two hybrids in their hair. Okay, let's check it out. So this one, initially when he started talking, I thought he was talking about a different abduction, basically sexual encounter. But as he discussed, it's a completely different encounter. So this is going to be very exciting for some individuals. So brace yourself.
Piece of red hair. We unwrapped. It was a man who...
And relax with the lube, okay?
Who was an experiencer on some level. So he's in bed one night. These two hybrid females appear in his room. How does that work? And they basically rape him. Both of them. He's paralyzed, he can't move, but they rape him.
Wow.
And the next morning he wakes up and he's having trouble urinating. And he notices that there are two blondish hairs because these entities were very alien looking, big black eyes, long blonde hair, but they were obviously females. And he has the presence of mind of taking the hair and getting it analyzed.
Wow.
And this is hard science. We took the hair from basically a 2,000-year-old mummy from the Paracas skulls. It was a piece of red hair. We unwrapped that mummy skull in Paracas. Jeez. We did the carbon-14 dating on it. It's 1,935 years old. We had the hair analyzed. We also had the DNA analyzed in 3 different labs. The DNA came back U2E1, which is Eastern European. It's not contaminated. There's 3 different samples to 3 different labs. There's no collusion between the labs. U2E1. Gee, I wonder what that is. That's Eastern European. That rewrites history as we know it. But the academics don't like that. Oh, it's all contaminated. Well, if it's all contaminated, why didn't we get nuclear DNA from us? We took my DNA samples and other people's DNA samples, and nothing matches. And our protocols were above board. But anyway, I digress. So we have the hair sample from the Paracas mummy skull. We have the hair sample from the man who was raped by these two blonde, you could call them Nordics, but they're hybrids. They're not entirely human. And we analyze them. Raman spectroscopy. This is where it gets interesting. And there's a graph. So you take a normal human hair and it kind of goes like this. All right, that's what it is. You take a dyed human hair and it goes like this and goes up through the roof. You take the mummy, the red hair from the mummy, and the white hair from the man who found it on him, and they go like this.
Wow.
They trace just like that.
Identical.
And he wrote a paper on this. This ties into our work on the Nephilim, like the days of Noah. Their seed will mingle with the seed of men. So here we have this entity, and it's not human. You can say what you want. The foramen magnum is pushed all the way to the posterior of the skull. That's not normal. It's elongated. The eye sockets are 20% larger. It's got kind of reddish hair. You know, the DNA puts it in Eastern Europe. That rewrites history. So what we're looking at, in my opinion, are the remnants of a Nephilim.
In the comments are experience haven't heard that term since remote viewing. G5P says, I think I know those two blonde, Las Vegas, 1997. 2024, met them on tour in Germany in 2008. He just switched convoy. So this is definitely interesting, right? With basically the reproduction program and all, and it's very interesting what is being told here, right? With the other one, they talk about also blonde females and doing the same thing that he suggested, right? And I think that is part of the narrative, right? They supposedly the other one, not this one, they test the hair, and it was like also blonde. I believe it was blonde or red. Basically, some ancient not ancient species, but basically a group of humans that used to live up in Mongolia, right? And one of the characteristics of the that group of sect, they were inherently were very strong DNA that they didn't have transmitting diseases, right? They were very resistant on sexually transmitted diseases. So that characteristic is very odd, right? It's like you want basically a breeding program where these individuals are not subjected to sexually transmitted diseases. Makes sense, right? Bro, he looks like he told the vibranium that he grabbed the vibranium. I woke up naked. My wallet was gone too. We still talking about that 2008 German chick? Dear baby Jesus. Alright, so it looks like it froze here trying to translate. My translator thing definitely took shit. So yeah, that's super interesting, man. Okay, so this one right here, guys. Before military insiders like John Ramirez, Lue Elizondo, journalists like Ross Coulthart started mentioning potential dates of a significant events in as 2027, 2030, or 2033. The earliest prediction I came across was from Mikio Kushi. That's Mikio Kushi, who spoke about the end of human. Spoke about the end of human civilization in 1984. He identified that year 2033, which is now only 7 years away. As I have said before, Michio Kushi predicted many aspects of modern society and development of artificial intelligence as early as 1984. Today, we can listen to his lectures and see that many of his observations were remarkable and accurate.
Then the year of 2033 computers stopped. 2033, which they thought this is end of civilization. As a result of this, may be by war, may be by some other means, direct cause of end, but underlying cause is all this new actualized species. Because of human arrogance, because of human ignorance, end of the mankind comes. That comes not 1,000 years later, comes only 50 years, 60 years later. Okay, comes with present day speed, of course.
That's very intriguing, right? That's very intriguing.
Then
I didn't understand much he said there, but the suspected of the development of AI would play major roles, but in my opinion, the cause of geophysical events, another document that mentioned a potential future, even connected to environmental disasters, UFOs, is alleged an MJ12 document, which also surfaced in 1984. I feel that there is a group of elites who know exactly what is coming, and perhaps even when it's coming, I believe they will do everything they can to shape the narrative and lead people toward deception. That's why I don't commit myself to a specific date, but I find it intriguing how so many pieces of the puzzle appear to fit together. That's pretty cool, precise, man. Lucky you, bud. I think mine half asshole. What? Okay. Something happened there. That conversation. Dear baby Jesus. Alright, so that is really intriguing because I have heard of this date, right? In the early 2000s, right? 2027, right? I've heard that quite a bit, right? And now you have 2020, 30, and then I heard of 2027, 2032, 2034. So these dates are coming real close, right? Still might be BS 100%. In those 1984. Yeah, inherently I think we are always speculating with the dates, to be honest with you. Alright, let me see what's going on with this thing here before I completely give up on this damn thing. Yeah, I got stuck at 99%, guys. I believe 2035. Alright, so there was to play this, guys, because this has taken a dump on us and stayed at 99.9%. How delightful. Okay, so alright, so this is Asian Italy Thai sushi pasta. Let's get the let's see here. Oh, he's not uploading here. Come on, Orion. Alright, give me the location. I believe is in Puerto Rico. Asia and Italy sushi place.
Sounds like you're thinking of Sushi by Boo at the Fairmont El San Juan Hotel in Isla Verde, Puerto Rico. That's a standout omakase spot with that high-end sushi experience.
That's the one, bro. That's the one. Give me a link to that.
Got it. Let me pull up the link for you. Here's the official page, sushibyboo.com. You can reserve right there.
I was just wanted the GPS coordinates. I wanted to see it above, not the actual restaurant. I wanted the GPS. But thank you. I can order. We can reserve now.
The GPS for the hotel above it. The Fairmont El San Juan Hotel sits at about 18.4424 degrees north, 66.0177 degrees west.
Just give me a hyperlink.
Sure, here's a Google Maps link that drops you right at the Fairmont El San Juan Hotel. Google.com.
All right, so this was facing. That's not far. It's all in Ciales, San Juan. Right across there. That's awesome. So that's the location, guys. Right here in these hotels.
Yeah, that's the spot. The Fairmont El San Juan right there in Isla Verde with Sushi Baibu inside. Solid choice.
We gotta go there at some time. Sounds delish. Okay. Yeah, he's
let's
pretty
make
cool
that
guy, man. 1961. Pretty cool, man. Super entertaining. We gotta go there and just hang out here because alright, let's get to the video. I know you guys are like, what the fuck, man? I wanna see the video. Fuck no. I was like, I definitely wanna. So you guys know where it is, right? Now we know where this is. We're off the coast. So this is gonna be pretty exciting. Meet me there, Chips. Hell yeah, man. Alright, so if you guys on the live stream, he's walking up to the sushi place right now. And he is walking through the front there. Now, you see some people there at the restaurant, right? This is he's outside, right? Now,
Así, buenas tardes, a ver si puedo coger video aquí.
he's like, hey, good afternoon. Can I take video out here? And he was like, yeah, go ahead.
Gracias.
So at this point, it's solely random. It's not. He decides he wants to come down and film in this area. He's just looking around right now. Over the top of the ocean.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
Está bonito esto aquí.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
¿Es la isla de los ratones?
Is that the island of ratones? The rats? Island of the rats. Isla de ratones.
Oye, sí. ¿Será un avión?
Yeah, is that a plane? What is that? See if we don't lose it, having it cropped in like that.
¿Será un avión?
Mauri, ven acá.
Maui, come over here. I'm coming. Look at what we're looking at right now. I don't know what that is. I just dropped something. Oh, I'm sorry. Now in this footage, it does appear like a saucer's getting closer, right? You need holiday chips? Man, you're living at a hotel now, working at a motel. Yeah, the saucer coming up. Now the whole scene here is kind of weird, right? Example, he randomly decides to go in here and film. And then he just subjectively starts walking towards the corner there, right? And then suddenly this thing appears, just so happens to be here at the same time that he randomly decides to film. So, food for thought. Now he turns around, he just randomly decides to turn around, and there seems to be a creature that The owner, it seems like the owner of the restaurant is walking towards. Why would you randomly decide to walk towards a creature? Unless you're trying to impregnate it. I don't freaking know. Now he's getting really close. Now, here's the thing. No one else is noticing this. No one else is screaming. No one else is freaking out. No one else is freaking out. Maybe because like he's right, the crowd is right behind him. The creature's a lot smaller. Maybe they can't see the creature.
Mira, aléjate de eso.
Creature looks at him. He's like, hey, stop that. Get away from that. That's what he says. Get away from that. Like, this definitely looks very animated. If I was watching, Belta guess I'm screaming about every day, new, almost not there. Yeah. Maybe he thinks he was a kid. Could be, man. Could be. But there's not a lot of information on here. We're gonna break this down, right? So at this point he's bent over. It looks like his head's being rubbed by the creature, right? Why is he so in focus and he sort of looks still blur? Almost like translucent. And his feet. At this point, the gray alien is looking straight at him. I wonder what's going to happen. It waves. It's like the international thing, the wave, right? Hey! You see so many US, like I've been seeing so much reports of the creature like just looks at the guy. So the thing is it's a I guess everybody waves. So at this point you see multiple saucers in the sky. Everybody is still looking at saucers in the water. So he decides to call someone. Goes in the bag and starts to just decide to call someone. This is why I wanted to get rid of the music. It's so damn loud. Excuse me, Mom. It's me. Can't make that up. I can't make that out. Cannot make out what he's saying there. Something about something's been going on. A lot of things have been going on.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I'll call you back. Hey, hijo, pero por favor.
He's like, come on, man. Can you please?
Te dejé grabar, pero no ni conversaciones telefónicas.
I'm on the phone. Can you respect? So fake. So fake. You see the fucking at the end there, guys? That shit was so fake. That UFO. 10 out of 10 fake. What the fuck? He's shaking like crazy. Dude, man. That part right there. Get all these people involved. That makes no sense.
Te dejé grabar, pero no mi conversación telefónica. Un poco más de
Fake is. That was the worst. By far the worst. Ah, so bad. Like the start of an X-File episode. Oh, shit. That was horrific. That last part. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we systematically double check, right? Fucking horrendous. Horrendous. You likey? I know, man. That was horrific. Almost, I was so close to poking my eyes out right there. So close. I'm convinced that people can throw hubcaps like frisbees. 100%, dude. We're out here throwing hubcaps. Saying that believe. Ah, it's the worst. It is by far the worst. Alright, let's go to home here. Strange rotating object in the sky. No information. I'm trying to identify two objects I saw in the sky in July 29th at approximately at 10:30 p.m. Certa Illy. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record the event because it lasts only a few seconds. To better explain what I saw, I created a short animation that recreated the sighting as accurate as I can remember. Okay. Not interested. Not interested. That's your reanimation. It's not much. A remote village in the forest. Where's that AI? To crypto exchange shut down. Do you remember that the hubcap picture came from an old Buick? Was it really? Oh my god. I remember one that they had where basically they did a model and they were like, that thing was horrendous. What is it here? Hub. Let's see what comes up. Image. Oh yes, I remember this. That was one of those ones. This one was I think it was in, what is it, Florida. They had this thing floating around. It's like damn. Here's another one. That's the worst, guys. So this is the one I remember. Hold on, where is it? This is the one I remember. Or they put little lights. The wedding cake UFO was real? Or was it real? I'm not familiar with the wedding cake photo. But the two ones that Lue Elizondo brought up, that was fake as shit. One was basically The first one was on Facebook. Basically, you can see a chandelier. That was the first situation, if you guys don't remember that one. And then the second one was basically a pilot supposedly took pictures of agriculture circle. That was the second one, and like he tends to think that people forget about those incidents. So like, dude, there's 2 times that you have screwed the pooch. No wonder people are calling you a misinformation actor. You're gonna keep on grabbing stuff and posting it there. Everybody has figured out is fake. It's gonna catch up to you. What is this? What is this thing? Look at his face, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Spanish firefighter from 43rd Air Force Group resupplies their, what is it, Canadair with water. Okay. Of course, the famous thing here. It was noticed that some old mechanic guy, as soon as he saw, he said that's something from a Buick. Damn. That's how it happens, man. That's exactly how it happens. Some dude that has direct experience. Hi, what's going on? How you doing today? What is going on, Trinsa? Yeah, there's definitely a few stuff floating around here, dude, but before and after. Oh yeah, the floating butt plug thing. Let's see what's popular
I'm at
here.
Walmart right now, and the pink tax is ridiculous in the kids department. Look at this. Socks, $3. Bluey.
This one comes from a Brazilian group, Facebook YouTube group. They always dropping some great stuff, man. Some great stuff. So this one right here, if I go here and I translate this. The reason why the government would hide the existence of alien is humanity's sense of self-importance. I don't know, man. I don't know. Then we thought we were like the center of the universe for a period of time there. Now we pretty much know we're not. I don't get it. Probably some entitled asshole that can't imagine people accepting their reality. It's always it's always that, right? It's always someone holding the papers thinking that people can't handle stuff, right? I mean, even it's like you were read into it. Did you lose your mind? Like, do you think? And then they assume, they have a presumption that, oh no, I can handle it because I've come back from the background and blah blah blah. It's like, you gotta give credit where credit's due, man. I mean, you'd be surprised how much people can handle, to be honest with you. And then there's a narrative about, oh, it's going to destroy religion and all this other stuff. There's an argument right now that I've seen recently, basically fighting against that, right? Suggesting is like UFOs were the best thing that religion has ever got. Disclosure would be the best thing that religion has ever received. Because now you have a place for the angels. Now you have a place for the demons. Now you have a substance of other creatures were made that the God has created, right? There's an argument against it now. So I think as people are going to find their own belief system and structure and coexist with this phenomenon, especially if it's a new paradigm, is not going to be subjective for people just to lose their mind. It's just people are going to just build it into their belief of makeup or makeup of belief, right? So it's not people. If people are entrenched in religion, it's just going to be another way on them substituting and adding on to their belief system. They're not going to, I'm walking away from the faith. Like, I don't see that happening, dude. I think some people will probably get more entrenched into their belief system, and other people just add it onto their paradigm of belief system and continue walking on. I think that's basically what is. Disclosure will be the end of religion, but it will bring new beliefs. Yeah, new beliefs. And I don't think it'd be the end of religion, because if you talk to some of these folks, man, they just add on. They add it on to their belief system, and they just keep walking, dude. That's exactly what these people do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, whatever keeps the boat floating, right? Whatever keeps them going.
It's against the law.
Yeah, it seems like, let me do this, because I do got my hyperlink one. It seems like this one's a better feed. It's probably because I fed it with what I like, right? So if when I press home, it comes through. But if I go to the website, it's not, it's all random. A couple of those videos look like spirits. I agree. Never forget Lue Elizondo words.
If you ask me to choose between national security and disclosure, like real national security, I will always choose national security.
Boom. Always choose national security. He will suck the tit out of national security.
If you
first.
ask me to choose between national security and disclosure,
Every time. Every time. In his own words. And that's not us even jumping on that wagon, man. It's his own words. It's his own words, man. Former Bush and Obama official Christopher Mullen on social Canada equivalent of the View says there's much higher quality. Let's get into it.
Example of something the public would find, I think, very informative. People complain about these pictures because they're infrared imagery and they're fuzzy looking and they're what fighter pilots are used to, but not what the public is used to. This is more like what the public is used to with clear optical photographs. So there's a lot of data and millions of records that haven't even been examined, that haven't been released. So we're a long way from coming clean with what the government has, and the government is struggling now with how much can we put out without compromising some of these systems that the military needs to rely on in combat.
Interesting, right? Interesting. I like that.
Things. One, I've seen some of the imagery that hasn't been released. For example, we have satellite imagery looking down. Things. One, I've seen some of things. One, I've seen some of
his face right there. Yeah, he said it himself, man.
That hasn't been
These folks can't resist on showing their cards. They just can't. They just can't. They can't resist showing their card. Bombshell says, whoa, I just saw something bolting through the sky. Nice. We getting real live UFO reports. Kick ass. That's what I'm talking about. Don't
the imagery that hasn't been released. For example,
don't get taken now. Don't do that. Let's go over here. Let this do home. Home's been.
How do you react when a UFO opens?
The weirdest UFO landing when aliens gave a man pancakes. Oh yeah, I remember that one. This had music too.
And what looks like a human.
Oh yeah, Italian dude that gives the guy some pasty pancakes with no flavor. Yeah. At least he isn't invoking his Fifth Amendment rights.
O que está acontecendo lá no...
Ela aqui, chamou ela.
What's going on here? 11-year-old.
O que está acontecendo lá no...
Ela aqui, chamou ela.
Achou?
Let's try to translate this. Man finds missing 11-year-old girl, calls the police 3 times, and ends up being assaulted. Okay. Did anything was it notable happen on the real bridge of death seen here?
Bro, is there 2 again?
Or
Holy
flying
shit,
in the
what
night
is
sky?
that shit? What is going on?
Yo, Pipeline Dreams, man, came in late, dude. Holy cow. Thank you guys for dropping by the live. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You guys always make it interesting and informative and new perspectives. Thank you. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. Like I said, guys, this you are. I was like, I messed that up. Like I always say, man, you guys keep it informed, man. Just keep on doing what you guys do best, man. God bless. And if you've been here this far, you are disclosure.
What you know about rolling with the grays and the fleet? When your mind goes blank, got abducted in your sleep. When these humans talk too much, reptilians take a seat. Yeah, I feel like a hybrid in the deep. What you know about flying in a plasma stream? When your brain gets zapped, it's the cosmic beam. When the humanoids show up, everything gets serene. I feel like an envoy in a starship dream. She say that I'm weird, damn straight. I'm like, you ain't seen the sphere. I believe in UAPs, don't believe your Earth TV. She keep playing me close, but I'm watching from close. You don't really know my intel. Let me beam you the truth like Roswell, floating out in the craft. No fuel, we just bending mad. See that light, it moves so fast. See my soul ain't stuck in past. Didn't know which form I'd wear. Gray or blue with a reptile stare. Frequency up, feel that surge. I'll ascend this realm full purge. Let's decode this line for a second. I'm awake, even if they don't believe